Hi, my name is Sarah and I'm here to review some scorebook details and tips. West Coast strives for excellence and we also want our parent volunteers to feel as prepared as possible. When you are doing book, please make sure that you have two different colored pens, preferably blue or black, and red are the most ideal. At the top here, it's going to be home team written first versus away team. So we've got team B versus team A, what gym you're playing in, your division, your date, and the game time. The scheduled time is the first serve time. That is the number or the time that's listed in your crossbar schedule. Okay, lineups are going to look a little different this year. They're always written in service order, whether the team is serving or receiving. The first server will always be in position 1. So for team A, I forgot to write, since B is the home team, they chose to be on this side of the court, and that is according to your perspective from the score table. So over here we've got team A, and they have the first serve. So that means that the order that this is written in is perfect. Roman numeral corresponds to the player, the jersey number. So we've got 1 is 8, 13, 1, 14, 6, and 16. Their liberos are 2 and 5, which get written up here. Their floor captain is 13, so I wrote a little C. They have an alternate captain, 14, in case 13 is not available. For the receiving team, though, it might feel a little odd. You're still filling it in their serve order, just like written on the lineup. So it looks the same that way. Roman numeral 1 is 3, 2 is 7. They only have 1 libero, so we X out the other. We've got their captain and their alternate captain. What's different, though, you don't need to worry about the serve or receive, anything that's written over here. That's for the ref when they go to check the lineup before the set. Receiving team, even though it's written this way, they will rotate back 1 to receive that first serve. And then when the ball does end up coming over to team B, they'll rotate so that number 3 is in that first serving position, and it works out just right. Okay, so it's game time. You're going to write the actual time. Warm-ups have already happened, prayer, a little huddle, and it's 7:03 p.m. Okay, we're ready to go. Remember that every serve will have at least 1 circle associated with it. So we've double checked, and 8 is back to serve, just like she's supposed to be. Also remember that the score sheet it's telling a story, and right now the story is happening in server position 1's spot. Okay? So 8 is about to serve. The ref beckons for the serve. We don't draw a circle until we hear the slap of that hand, until we know the serve happened, because something can happen. Okay, she serves, and she gets point 1. We circle it there. We circle it here in the score column. The result of every serve gets recorded in 2 spots, and every serve will result in a point for one side or the other. Okay, another serve, another circle. This time she hits the net. It goes into the net. So it's a rotate or a loss of rally, but every serve gets a point. Somebody gets a point. So that point's coming over here to server position 1. Okay, and that gets slashed because team B did not earn. I mean, they earned that point, they didn't serve that point. Okay, so only served points get circled, and right now the score is 1-1. Team B serves. They win the point, so we circle point 2. They win points 3 and 4. Okay, and then rotate or loss of rally, but a point has to go somewhere, so it's coming over to team A, and that point number 2, right? They had 1, now they have 2, and that 2 gets slashed because they didn't serve it. Team A wants to sub, Every sub gets recorded in 3 different spots. So we're going to write an S for sub right here where the story is happening. Let's say 3 is coming in for 1. It's always the entering player over the exiting player. So there's our first spot. Here we're going to slash 1 and write 3. That's our second spot. And down here we're going to slash their first substitution down at the bottom. Okay. Let's see. Now they have subbed and they go on to serve point 3 and 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Then rotate, loss of rally. A point will get awarded to Team B, and they are on point 5. So that goes on their next server's line and gets slashed in their score column. Okay, the server goes back, but the coach recognizes quickly that they're out of rotation. It's the wrong person going back to serve. So he calls for a timeout before the ref can blow her whistle. Okay, so that's a T for timeout because the story is happening on the same team that's taking the timeout. It's the calling team's score first, so it's 5-6, and it goes in the box down here at the bottom of Team B's score column, 5-6, and now we know that they've used one of their 2 timeouts, and we know exactly when they used it, right here in the story. Okay, we're all set. They go on to serve 0.6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Now, at this point, obviously, Team A's coach is not happy at this this scoring run that's happening here. So Team A calls for a timeout. There's a T for timeout, but since the story is happening here, and the other team called for the timeout, we're adding an X. Okay, that just means other team, whether it's sub or timeout. If the other team is calling it, we add an X. Okay, and since A is calling it and their score is 6, B's is 10, we're writing 6-10 in Team A's score column. We know that they've each taken 1 timeout. Okay. Team B is ready to serve, but they serve it out. She serves it out. Okay, so it's a rotate, a loss of rally, and we're at point number 7 over here that goes to the next server, and that gets slashed because remember they didn't serve for that point. Okay, the game has gone on. Lots of points have been scored. Let's say Team B is at 17 points down here. Okay, we're going back up to number 8 is ready to serve for Team A. And so we switched to red because otherwise it would be really confusing. It would just be all kinds of numbers. But this shows us that it's our second time through. We've switched to red. They're at point 22. We're going to slash that over here. They go on to serve point 23 and 24. And obviously Team B's coach is a little concerned, calls a timeout before they just go ahead and win the game. So that's a TX, right? Because the story is happening on A, but it's B's coach calling it. TX, and right now the score is 17-24 in Team B's column. It doesn't work, and A gets 0.25, and the set is over. Okay, so we're going to go back to our original blue or black pen. We're going to circle those final scores. We are going to write the winning and losing teams and scores down here. Team A had 25. Team B had 17. I already, at the beginning of the game, before we got going, I filled out several score sheets so that I would be ready because there are only 2 minutes between sets, which is not very much time. So I already marked that this is set A. I already filled in our refs' names and my name down here. Let's write the end of the set. Let's say it finished at 7:25 p.m. Okay, and then we're done with, oh, one more, sorry. You tee out any remaining points, which over here is 25. A line under the last point and a line through any remaining points. We were at 17 over here. We're going to cross out all of those remaining points. And then we're ready to go to the next set. At the end of your last set, please have refs and scorekeeper sign that last page. They should have double checked that all pages are the same between both teams, because you're putting your name to the accuracy of this paperwork. But please be sure to have those signed. All right, you guys, I know you're going to do awesome. Just remember the lineup and when to circle and when to slash, and have a good time, and I'll see you on the court.